predictions won't be open yet. Predictions will be held until the semifinals, maybe the quarterfinals. Well, we'll get there, we'll get there. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the purple Zerg representing Hyper 1. It is threepoint. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the American Protoss, the red Protoss player representing Root Gaming. It is Fullheart. Here we go. Fullheart versus threepoint. I'm ready. There's the Forge. So, to wind it back, remember what I said? I was like, I'm ready for the chaos that's going to ensue because threepoint is hyper aggressive. He is going for a hatch first opener though, at the low ground, but he's about to run into Fullheart. Fullheart known for going for pure cannon rushes. That's all he does. That's all he knows. And the cannon rush is upon us. Forge is on the way. Pylon gets thrown down ahead of time. Threepoint, I don't know if he knows who Fullheart is, but drones have been pulled. He knows. He is aware. He has a reputation. I'm sure threepoint has laddered on NA before. It's going to be a hatch full opener. Delayed gas here for threepoint, which I think is a wise choice against Fullheart specifically. And the proxy is on the way. We're going for a cannon into a gateway. Oh boy. Fullheart even getting on top of that drone. Does reveal the second probe. Threepoint coming in for the scout. Does get eyes on the pylon. And we have confirmation of the proxy. And additional cannons are on the way. We are just leapfrogging forward towards the natural base of threepoint. And threepoint, can we deal with this? The spawning pool is about to finish up. We can get into queen production, get into lings. No gases zone, no access to roaches. There will not be a roach one inside. It's going to have to be queens and even spine crawlers to slow this down. Speaking of, there are the spine crawlers. Spine crawlers are in production. Cannon is out of range. So we're going to have to slowly leapfrog forward even further. A Cybercore thrown down back at home, so we gain access to either Immortals or Void Rays, like Proxy Robo or Proxy Stargate. And yeah, cannons are amassing. Oh boy. I do think this Cybercore is delayed. It does feel a little bit late here. Regardless, we're getting into this. Yo, do we go for the gold? No shot. Do we just contain? I guess so. Okay. So I haven't casted much of Fullheart recently. I just know he cannon rushes. That's all I know. Yeah, Proxy Robo on the way, and we do check. Okay, we check the gold base. We're not taking it. That makes sense. We're checking for ninja bases. We're setting up for a Proxy Robo for Immortal production. Shield battery is on the way. Meanwhile, threepoint, he's amassing spine crawlers, and he's prioritizing gas production here at the natural. Gases are being prioritized. We can soon get into roaches, and we need to get into roaches. We need to get into Ravagers specifically. Overload being forced back. Another pylon on the way. We can see Fullheart still looking for ninja bases over on the right hand side. Over on the right. There it is, our first unit of choice. It is going to be the Immortal. Immortal is on the way. We have a Roach Warren on the low ground. We can soon get into Ravager production. We're getting there. But again, the late gas is not quite helping. Which means Fullheart should be hitting first. He can start laying siege upon this natural base. These spine crawlers, there's only 2 of them. We do have a lot of lings, but they are slow lings. It's gonna be a tight hold. Yes, we can dive on top of this. Yeah, that first spine crawler, it's gonna go down in a couple of hits. We top up these stalkers, so we can go in again. And the spine crawlers, they will fall. There's no saving them. They do buy a little bit of time. Fullheart behind this, going for a robotics bay. Okay, going for disruptors, I imagine. Shay does get confirmation of the gases. Oh, no, sorry, we missed the gas. Not too sure how, but we did. Ravagers are in production. Additional shield batteries. The Prism has arrived. We can be more proactive. We can juggle back. As we get eyes on the Roaches and the Ravagers. We get us around. Big overextension there by Fullheart. Prism takes a lot of damage. Biles will be connecting. And we're breaking through the cannons just in time. 2, 3 cannons go down before the shield batteries finish. And it looks like 3-point, he will break 3. He will break 3. He will shut this down. Sure, he may have lost his spine crawlers, but he just shuts down the army. And the cannon doing what it can, but it's about to go down. A solid cleanup here. And there's just nothing left. We take down the pylons. We depower the Robo. The Robo is so close to making a Colossus, but it shouldn't come out. The misjuggling, the miscontrol. GG gets called. The Immortal falls, and 3-point takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A brutal moment there where Fullheart overextended. He did step a little bit too far into creep. He got surrounded. He got completely shut down from that moment. And again, just really patient play here. Even though 3-point lost his spine crawlers, again, they were just buying time. They were just buying time so we can build up to a solid Roach Ravager count. Not even that much, to be honest. It was mainly Lings. It was like 3 Ravagers, a handful of Roaches, and it was enough to break out. GG. Very well done. Very well handled. Very well handled here as we're getting ready for game number 2. Now, the question becomes not if we cannon rush. It's going to be a cannon rush, but how do we cannon rush? That's what I'm interested in. How do we bring this all together? Meanwhile, a big shout to Slow Bro in the chat. Gah, Papi, gah. Hope you're doing well. Where have you been, Papi? Where have you been? Been busy. So we're getting into our next game. It's confirming as well. Well, apparently a lot of people dove onto Parting versus Firefly. I mean, I don't blame them. Parting, he's a very popular name. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm sure. We'll eventually get there. As we are getting ready here for game number 2. It's going to be on Equilibrium. An interesting map of choice here. A much larger map. And of course, there is a goal base that can be taken. There's a goal base that can be taken as well. So I wonder if we can try to make use of it. I wonder if Fullheart will try to make use of it as well and try to cannon rush and maybe take the gold or something along those lines. I wonder. I do wonder. So we are diving on in. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Equilibrium, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the purple Zerg, representing Team Hyper 1, his new team. It is 3-point. Ooh, interesting. And spawning in the top left-hand corner as we are going for a 12 pool, we have the red Protoss player, the American Protoss representing Root Gaming. It is Fullheart. Okay, so we should be seeing a Forge on the high ground. There we go, Forge on the way. So it's going to be a Forge first up against a 12 pool. I am curious how this comes together and who this favors. So on the one hand, yes, we do have Lings very early on. A lot of Lings at that to shut this down. But will they come out in time? I believe they should. We'll see. Probe coming in for our scouts. And Fullheart is going to confirm the 12 pool. Confirm how fast the Lings will be. And he is going to be pulling back from here. There it is, cannon already on the way. Now the scary thing here is that these Lings could avoid the cannon. They could actually go straight across the map instead. Force a wall off, which should be on the horizon nonetheless. As we are expanding. Natural base is on the way. 3-point does arrive. Does get eyes on the proxy. And we can deny some of these buildings, but this cannon will complete. Get really good surface area, or reduced surface area on it. And the Lings, they have to avoid this location. They go across the map, but Fullheart should be able to wall off in time. There's a cannon on the way, and soon a full wall. So these Lings won't achieve too much. At least that's my interpretation of how these builds interact. is that a 12 pool is not the most ideal. Yeah, the cannon rush is continuing, forcing a cancel here on this hatchery. We're getting across the map, but we have a full wall. And the cannon finishes just in time. Fullheart, he defends back at home, and he is making this cannon rush work. Oh, we're going for the gold instead. I do like this. I do appreciate this here for 3-point. Avoiding the cannons, going for the gold. Oh, the drone! Oh, as the worker goes down. Bit of a misrally. And how do we approach this situation? We have gases on the way. The gas steal comes in. We have a gas steal on the main. Lings, they're going to try to bypass this cannon, I imagine, to deal with the gas geyser. No, we're just going to be chilling. Oh, this is brutal. Fullheart, with this cannon, he walls off. He completely just cuts off this location. Cuts off the goal base from the main. The gas steal is brutal as well. Does stifle the roach production. The boys are being pulled. Oh boy. We're going to be stacking workers. So I believe the goal here is to get past and get into the goal. And so far, oh, they barely do. God, that was so close. The drones, they barely do escape. Just in time before the cannon finishes. Just was 1 second too late there. And then we will saturate that gold. Ooh, we're even going for potentially another gold. Yeah, let's go. Another gold base is on the way. Now the Adept and Stalker have arrived. There is no link speed. Gas is still being mined. Link speed just now starting. And where do we go from here? I mean, 3-point is still massing more and more lings. Second gold is on the way. Adepts, they do waddle in towards that mineral line and up. They get one drone. They get one worker so far. Immortals in production. Also is in production here. And with the help of this Immortal, we can actually lay siege upon some of these bases. Now, link speed will make things awkward, though. We can always dive and get us around. That Immortal is going to be vulnerable against the mass Ling. And also, do we go for the gold or do we go for the main? Where do we push? Is the question. Again, just really patient play out of 3-point. Just building up his army. He isn't engaging this whatsoever. He's just allowing these cannons to get up and running. Allowing this position to be fortified. That does come in a little bit too prematurely, but now we're going for the surround. Yeah, Lings, they're coming from behind as well. We go straight for the cannons. Oh, but this position is just too strong. The Queen does fall. The Mortal lives. And interesting, that was just so we could evacuate, by the way. We only collapsed on this just so the drones could get out. They head towards the gold. Very interesting. Which means, yeah, we can give up the main. The main doesn't matter, not anymore. Like 3-point, he's migrated. He's migrated away from his own main base. He can take his spawning pool elsewhere. Ling's getting ready for a Bane bust even. Okay. And again, we do see, like, Fullheart, he's committing here. He's investing so much into fully walling off, but it doesn't matter. What are we really walling off at this point? Nothing. There's nothing here. There's one drone. One drone mining gas. We have the rich resting gas geyser. Bailey bus comes in. We bust through the wall. The Lings are flooding on in as well, and there is nothing to defend. Only probes. We can recall. We have to recall. Oh, that's every single worker. Oh, the mailing! Massive connection. Every single worker goes down. There are 2 probes left across the map, and we will shut down the Nexus. And Fullheart doesn't have money to build another Nexus. Doesn't have the resources to build another base. We break down the main. And even if this gold goes down, we have another gold. It doesn't even matter. And the drone's going to be evacuated. Lings are racing back home. Spawning pool still alive. And 3-point, yeah, we have not rebuilt our base. 3-point, he can just chill. His goal here is to pick away at this army. Every unit that dies counts because there's just nothing. We can't rebuild. There's nothing to make. There is no economy. We have 2 Stalkers, 4 Adepts, and 3 Immortals. That is it. So every unit is precious here. And we are still amassing Lings. We should still be amassing. There we go. Should still be amassing Lings. Getting ready for a surround. Getting ready for an engagement. We do collapse on the army. The Prism! Prism a little bit too far back. Immortals, they might barely be saved. We lose some of the Adepts. We lose the Sentries. Yeah, we clean this up. 3 points in control here. I just love the ingenuity. Good juggling at a Fullheart, but it's not going to be good enough as we lose everything. We have 2 Immortals remaining here. Good juggling overall. Impressive. We have a Spire on the way. And all we need to do is defend. We're taking a lot of damage. We're dealing a lot of damage here. GG gets called again. There's just no other way out of this. And 3 points will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Such a creative way to deal with that situation as well. I love that, again, there were multiple times where he would commit, he would fight just to evacuate drones, just to get them out on the map, just to saturate the first and even second goal base. And yeah, his win condition was the Bane Bus, across the map, was to ideally have Fullheart overcommit to cannon rushing and securing the other side of the map. And yeah, with that, GG, well played. 3 point does take it. Very well done.